Hey guys, Captain Zeus here, and welcome to BP Fun. I'm sure you guys have heard, director for the new Daisy Ridley-led Star Wars film has had some interesting things to say about the movie, talking about it's about time a woman shaped a Star Wars film after the beloved sci-fi franchise has gone close to half a century with films directed only by men. There was also a clip talking about how she wants to make men uncomfortable.
What is the balance of activating a force for change, but also trying to permeate that patriarchy, that power structure? And is that a part of the calculation of your art as well? And what's been the reaction to that?
Oh, absolutely. I like to make men uncomfortable. I enjoy making men uncomfortable.
I have a huge issue with this because of several things. One, who cares? Like, let's be completely honest, no one cares what gender is directing a Star Wars movie or show. All we care about is high quality Star Wars content. If you're a female directing, writing, producing these shows or movies, that's great. Nothing wrong with that. If you're a guy doing it, that's great. Nothing wrong with that. All we care about is giving us high quality content without any agenda pushing or forced narratives, which is ironic considering the director is being so toxic and is deliberately trying to divide the Star Wars fan base with these statements, while Bob Iger is over here saying that they're not trying to push any narratives and they're trying to put high quality like shows and movies out. This director apparently didn't get the memo. I'm concerned because this has been a huge thing with Disney specifically the last several years, and just companies in general, where they put messages of whatever agenda they're pushing above the high quality content. It's why the MCU started failing. It's why Star Wars started to decline, especially with the sequel trilogy. It's why a lot of franchises start to die because people don't want these agenda pushed messages. Star Wars at its core is just good versus evil, right? Yes, I'm not saying there's politics not involved. Obviously, if you've seen the Clone Wars, most of that is politics, right? But what I'm saying is, doesn't need to be such an overtly in-your-face message against a certain group. Just give us some high quality content, especially with Star Wars that needs it. Dave Filoni is so successful because not only is he essentially George Lucas Jr. learning the entire Star Wars universe from the creator himself, but he gives us some high quality stories, some amazing stories that, mind you, gave us some of the best female characters in the Star Wars universe as well. So no one cares if a character is male or female, because Star Wars fans as a whole typically love the female characters. Strong female characters, mind you. Ahsoka, Leia, Padme, Asajj Ventress. I mean, some people could argue against that, but I personally loved Asajj Ventress. Hera Syndulla. The list goes on. And I don't know. I just have a huge issue with Disney specifically at this point. Hiring people who are going to deliberately make people upset. You saw them do it with the Snow White remake, with how garbage that movie was coming out, and Rachel Zegler being just a terrible actress in general, being on board, absolutely dogging the original. And then because of how much hate that movie was getting, they had to rework the whole story. Honestly, at this point, I think they should just cancel it. But Disney just has some weird track record of hiring people who are going to deliberately ruin the source material. We also saw it with the Knights of the Old Republic remake when it was still active. The head writer, I believe, she was very vocal about hating men and not liking Star Wars. Yeah, she's in charge of one of the greatest stories ever told in Star Wars. Like, I don't get how you do that. Make it make sense, please. The Acolyte writers, or the showrunner in charge of the Acolyte series coming out soon, deliberately hired people that are not into Star Wars or have even seen Star Wars as part of the writing staff. Personally, I think it's a terrible decision. Why would you do that? I mean, that's just kind of like my initial thoughts on this. I just wish that they could hire people that enjoy this universe, hire people that are invested into this universe. Like, look at what happened in Marvel, right? They hired Takai Watanabe. I'm totally mispronouncing his name. And the guy didn't even want to do a Marvel movie ever. He had no interest in it. He only did it for the paycheck. And yeah, Thor Ragnarok was entertaining, but Love and Thunder was an absolute dumpster fire. And it made one of the most serious characters and some really intense and deep stories into jokes. That seems to be just Disney lately. It's just a joke. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think. I'm Captain Zeus, and I'll catch you guys later. See you.